Good morning, folks. It is Wednesday, the 2nd of March. This is Flat Cap Callum, and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. All right, today we've got coming up, we'll do a review of yesterday. We've got a normal £20 stake in day. We've got 3 bets across that £20 for our Sky Bet account. And we've got the golf. And a word on the golf is I've gone definitely a notch it up again on level of complication. So when we get to the golf, I'll explain it for those who want it. You could just do the singles. I've done a few different permutations, but being honest, it's been driving me potty this morning. I had it all nicely written out, but it's very, very complicated and a very busy piece of paper. And then I had a golfer withdraw, so I had to rewrite it out. I've rewritten it out a number of times. I've had to re-record this video a number of times because then I realised I kept missing things off it. So the golf is the bane of my existence at the moment. So I'm really hoping that by Sunday night we're cheering on something, and it was well worth me writing it out so many blinking times. Okay, review of yesterday. So we just did a £10 day yesterday. We had an each way lucky 15 is all we did. Be the difference first leg, placed 9 to 1 on the channel. Then we had the next two were one out the placings. So Palace Lord and Brocktoon Red both one out the placings. Then we had Tathmeen place. So 2 each way places is all we got. So it's close but no cigar really. 346 back for £10. So it was minus £6.54 to start March. So positive for the week because Monday was great, but we've started March on a negative note, minus £6.54. So let's see what we can do today. Got 3 bets. What I would say as well is unlike a lot of days, I'll say where I think it's more Sky Bet sensitive, i.e. the benefit of the extra places. Today's not a day where I'd worry about so much, so I'd put these bets on with other bookmakers. Some of the extra places are helpful, and hopefully they're not crucial, but we won't know that until the races happen. So, bet 1, this would be the one that probably some of you won't bother about, but I still think it's worth its place. It's not got as much value as the other two. But bet 1, 145 Musselburgh, only 2 places on that race. Gold Miner, 11 to 2, 155 Wincanton, Watergrange Jack, 7 to 2, normal 3-place race. 435 Musselburgh paying 2 places, 9 alters, 13 to 2. It's just a straight up 125 each way treble. So no singles, no doubles, 125 trebles. So it's £2.50. So it's basically an eighth of our stake. That is bet 1. Okay. Bet 2. So we've got then 2 each way lucky 15s, one sort of predominantly this afternoon, and then one sort of a bit this afternoon, a bit tonight. So this afternoon is our jumps each way lucky 15. 220 Musselburgh, no extra places on that race. Boys on Tour, 17 to 2. Then 255 Musselburgh, Sky Bet are paying 4 on that one, but I think it's fine without. Ruby 2, 6 to 1. Then we've got 330 Musselburgh, Rapid Raider, 7 to 1. Only 2 places on that race. And then we've got 340 Wincanton paying 4 places on Sky Bet. Again, I'd happily take that without it, 9 to 1. So 25p each way, lucky 15. Then the additional double there on the bottom one and the top one. So the 2 ones starting with B, Boys on Tour, Broughton's Rhythm are in the 50p each way double. £8.50 your bet. Okay. And then just in case anyone's worried that I've stopped doing double figure odds, here you go. Here's a bet with some double figure odds. Bet 3, 2 at Lingfield, 2 at Kempton. So we've got 245 Lingfield, no extra places, initiate 18 to 1. We've got 425 Lingfield, pledge of peace, no extra places, 7 to 1. And then we've got 2 at Kempton, both paying 4 places, which are a bit helpful, but hopefully we won't need them. 8 o'clock Kempton, 4 places, knockout blow, 16 to 1. 8:30 Kempton, Algaya, 12 to 1. So we've got 25p each way, lucky 15. And then on the bottom 2 in Kempton, so if the whole afternoon goes completely wrong, at least we've got something to cheer in the last 2 races at Kempton. So we've got 25p each way singles and a 25p each way double on those. That is £9 your stake, bet 3. Okay, that's the horses. If you want the golf, please stay on. If you don't want the golf, have a lovely day, enjoy the horse racing. Okay, golf. As I said, it's done my nutting a bit today. It's a very, very complicated piece of paper. Feel free to give me feedback if you think it's too complicated. But that's just what I've done. Okay, so I'm just apologising so much for how complicated this may look. There are 4 tournaments we're having a go at and 10 golfers. So that's the important thing to know. 4 tournaments, 10 golfers. So I'll read you through the golfers starting off with. Arnold Palmer Invitational, we're going for 4 golfers. And these are all Sky Bet odds, Sky Bet terms. You will get better odds and better terms with other bookmakers, but for the point of the channel and statistics, I'm keeping it all with Sky Bet here. So Sky Bet are 8 places, 5th of the odds for the Arnold Palmer. So we've got Chris Kirk at 60s, Luke List at 66, Andrew Putnam 110, and then there's a couple of South African ones we've got today that I can't pronounce the name, and I'm really sorry if anyone is watching from South Africa. Chris Bezuedehout we're going with. So just with those, Chris Kirk is definitely, look, he's coming into form, so he's my number 1 pick for value in there. Luke List, we've had him before when he won at 80 to 1, and I like him today for Arnold Palmer. Andrew Putnam we've had today and he didn't do well, so we've had him, as I said, we've had him before, but the price is good today. So those are the 4 there. Kenya Open, so this is the European Tour, we've got 3 against the field there, and again I've got a South African name I can't pronounce. Jacques Krusiewicz, really sorry if you are offended by what I'm saying. 80 to 1, he's the number 1 for value. Then we've got Adrian Sadier, 100 to 1, and Hayden Porteous 400 to 1. Watch out for Porteous because there's 2 surnamed Porteous, not Garrick. We're on Hayden Porteous. And then Hogue Classics, that's Champions Tour. We got really close last week to having a nice bet land on the Champions Tour. We're going again. I'm going big prices here. So Scott McCarron, 200 to 1. I think he's massively overpriced. He's coming back from ankle surgery, basically, and he's not been doing so well. I'm taking him today for this week to basically turn it around. So Scott McCarron, 200. And then we've got Jay Haas, 250 to 1. And then the last one, the Puerto Rico Open. So on the PGA Tour, there's actually 2 tournaments this weekend. Arnold Palmer and Puerto Rico Open. Just got one there, Rafael Campos. So he is Puerto Rican and he's done well in the Puerto Rico Open before. So it was a fairly easy one to pick out there at 80 to 1. So Arnold Palmer, as I said, 5th of the odds, 8 places. Then Kenya Open and Puerto Rico Open, 6 places, 5th of the odds. And Hogue Classic, 5 places, quarter of the odds. That's what we've got. Okay, so let me explain the actual monies and bet here. Try and hold this in a way that's easier. Okay, so we've got 60 pence each way on 9 of the golfers and 35 pence each way on Jay Haas. Now that is because I think it's the weakest for value, just about, and where I've done the permutations, I had to have an odd number. So we've got, to make it easy, 60 pence on 9 of them and 35 pence on Jay Haas. Okay. Now, then what we've got is the top one from each tournament. So you got to be in it to win it. And sometimes it's just nice to put a bit of a dreamy bet on. I find that, that it's very unlikely to come in, and if it does, you'll be absolutely set up for a long time. But so we're having a dreamy lucky 15 because it is rare to find 4 tournaments in one weekend where it's worth a go. So the top one that are circled under each of the tournaments. So Chris Kirk, Jacques Krusiewicz, Scott McCarron, and Rafael Campos. We've done a 5p, only 5p. Each way lucky 15, so it's £1.50 in the wind really, but it's just nice to have a bit of a dream. Now it's so far beyond, I think it's something ridiculous like 10 million. Now Sky Bet cap you at 250,000. We're not even going to worry about that, folks. This is just a bit of a dreamy bet where it's just for a bit of fun. £1.50. I'm happy to shed that just for having a go. And then we've got the main permutations. So we've got the ones that are in the boxes. So we've got 3 in the Arnold Palmer, 1 in the Kenyan Open, and 1 in the Hogue Classic. So it's Chris Kirk, Luke List, Andrew Putnam, with Jacques Krusiewicz and Scott McCarron. So not the Puerto Rico Open. And it is a bit like a Trixie. These are each way doubles and trebles, but it work out with those 7 doubles and 3 trebles. So it's 7 times 10p each way doubles and 3 times 10p each way trebles. So it's a £2 bet. So in essence, we've got £11.50 on the singles, we've got £1.50 on the lucky 15, makes it 13, and £2 on the doubles and trebles makes it 15. So £15 your bet. That is what we've got. Hopefully I've held that up, explained it enough that you've got it written down for those of you on the golf. And I promise next week when we go back to not having 4 tournaments, I won't make it as complicated, but it has become a very, very busy piece of paper. All right, that's what I've got. Good luck for you on the horses or the golf, whatever you're doing. I will see you in the morning and we will regroup. Thank you very much. Cheerio.